I'll start with why I'm following it forward.
Yeah.
For the money.
I knew it. Hi, welcome to the channel.
Hi.
How are you feeling? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
It's what, 6:30 on a Thursday. How's it going so far?
It's going well. I went out earlier today, met with people who would likely supply raw materials. It was an interesting outing, and here I am. I'll start with why I'm following it forward.
Yeah.
For the money.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah. I'm working on a product. It's called Libran. Libran basically means trying to find the balance, and what we are trying to do is to find a way to ensure that economic development can go in hand with environmental stewardship. So we've come up with a solution that captures carbon dioxide from industrial emissions. Industry is key to everything we do, especially as Nigeria and Africa at large. We are urbanizing. I hope I can use that terminology. Okay. At a rapid rate, so we need to keep up with, especially because regulations are coming on board and they are strict. So we found a way to engage or to encourage businesses to engage in such practices, but in a way that is competitive. So it's driven by the market, and people can voluntarily participate in carbon capture. I was a bit obsessed with fuel cell technology, and I was just playing around with some materials, and it kind of just occurred to me that was a thing for carbon dioxide, and I played around a bit more, and one day I just thought maybe, just maybe, I kind of floated the idea by a number of people. Some were skeptical, like, is this what Nigeria needs? Others were like, okay, there may be some potential. So, of course, it takes courage to eventually decide you want to go full-time in something that hasn't materialized yet. But I just decided, even if I run away from this now, I feel like I will eventually come back here. So just go ahead and do it. It makes me question why I'm here, especially because after I got here and I saw that people were already making money, and I don't understand them. Yeah. Is it that they were looking for 12 people and they only found 10, so they decided, who is there? Who else is there? So I had to just sit back and observe for a bit of time that what is going on here. I think eventually I saw that it wasn't really just about this can make money. It was also about sitting back and evaluating what is the potential here, and that has encouraged me to see my concepts as being equally valid, and it pushes me to, if people who have interacted with lots and lots and lots, if they think that there is something here, perhaps it's time for me to treat it like, yes, there is something here. All it takes is one yes, and so far it has, for various reasons, it has been, oh no, we're not saying no, it's not yet, can you do this differently, can you? So I'm hoping that on the forward will be that yes, that would open, what would they call it? Breakthrough. Yeah. So Libran is a product, physical. You can use one or 1,000 depending on how large your facility is. So it's not a fixed investment for across board. So that, I think, is a good thing to bring as many people under that space that everyone is welcome. Participate in carbon capture as much as you like. So we sell the product. We also offer to maintain the product, and this is because installing a carbon capture unit would likely be a one-time thing or a two-time thing depending on the lifespan of your equipment. But by managing the operations of Libran as well, we are able to, in service contracts, make a monthly revenue from that. So yes.
Or is it related?
So we had one, we tested it didn't pass, so we had to go back and revise what we were working on, and we are hopeful that it's going to come out stronger, better, and pass quality check this time around. I would say fabrication. Yeah, I will leave it at that. Sorry. I'll take it back to my first answer. Money. money is very crucial. It's like when you are building a house. If you have all the money, you can build your house in maybe a month. But if you don't have all the money, you may have to spread building the house over a period of, let me be reasonable, 2 years. Yeah, so that's basically the challenge. 5 weeks?
5 weeks.
Yeah, 5 weeks, 6 pitches. I'm not used to speaking about the project. I'm not used to, like, you asked me at the beginning of the show, do I have an Instagram page? I do not. I'm not, apart from LinkedIn, I probably do not have any social media presence at all. So it's not really my thing. This, being a part of this program, has coaxed me to talk a bit more about the project. And it was initially not easy because, what do I want to say? But at least I'm starting to see that there are things to say, and there are probably interesting ways you can say it. So it may take time, but I would eventually get there, and I will leverage. I think it would be skill up with Kado, because I like education. I like young people. That's actually how I started my climate change career. I started with young people in secondary schools. I did that when I was 7, and it was very exciting. It made the entire service year worth it for me. I had to think about coming up with courses, how to talk about it. It's surprising to me now that people tell me, oh, you use a lot of jargon, blah blah blah, because it was basically so easy to talk to people then about light bulbs and energy without using those exact terminologies. I am rooting for, and if I have spare money, of course, after I've done my own thing, yes, it's something I can definitely invest in, because it's an amazing initiative. I mean, you can support me on LinkedIn. I've made a few awkward posts regarding the project specifically. I think I haven't talked about myself on LinkedIn, but the project, one thing I noticed was whenever I talked about the project, it got people engaged. So like the first time before I got someone to indicate interest in, what are you guys doing? I had sent out communication like, this is what we are doing. No response. But a few days after I made my first post, got a response, and I was like, did this post lend credibility to, okay, I will get there eventually, but I think right now I want to focus on finalizing the product, so we don't have to say too much. That way it's easier to just show rather than tell. So I think it's like a hurdle for me right now. So it's not having the physical product is a barrier I need to surmount, and then social media. I think it's, to simply put it, I would say I hope in the next 1 year you hear that we opened an office in somewhere in the US and maybe somewhere in Europe.
I promise you will appreciate it.
I mean that, but we want to headquarter in Ibadan nonetheless. Yes.
Don't tell me you don't stay in Lagos.
I do not. Funny enough, I schooled in Lagos.
I'm tired of it.
What do you mean?
Where you know in Lagos?
There are other places than Lagos. Sorry, Lagosians. It's just that Lagos now, I guess, is regarded as a city, but Ibadan has the opportunity to. And if my goal is to ensure that expansion and development and all those things happen, I'm waiting for the underdog. So Ibadan will be here.
Okay, don't worry, I'm so busy. I'm not like calling you now. I'm fine with you. So thank you so much, because we're really looking forward to seeing you win and seeing your business win as well.
Thank you.
Problem is solved for that to be important. So, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for your audience, Agatha. Listening is therapeutic, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, so what can you do?
Bukunola Bolajoko. Yes, Bukunola Bolajoko.
Like an Ibadan girl.
Yes, now I'm an Ibadan girl. Bolajoko. Yeah.
And follow up with their amazing things she's doing on there. Thank you so much, guys. Until next week. Bye bye.